Hello, good morning everyone. Today we are going to start class 8 physics, chapter number 11, chemical effects of electric current. See, we all use electric current for different purposes. Nowadays, our life has become such dependent on electricity, then when there is a cut of electricity supply for few minutes, few hours, we all become restless. We start feeling uncomfortable. Why? Because most of the electrical appliances that we use in our day to day life for leading a comfortable life, like fans, cooler, AC, fridge, television, mobile, etc., all these gets disturbed in their functioning. Their functioning is stopped. If we don't have inverter in our house, we may face problem. Those who have got inverter, no problem. Even if there is a electricity cut for 2 3 hours, the supply of electricity has been stopped for a few hours, then also we don't face problem. But think of life without electricity. When people in earlier days, olden time, or when there was no electricity, when electricity has not been discovered, think the life of that time, how much difficult it was. But those people did not face much problem because they were not used to electricity. But in the modern age, in the present era, in the 21st century, we human beings have become much dependent on electricity. All of us start feeling uncomfortable if there is a cut off of the electricity supply for few minutes, few hours. So what we have? We are we have become servants of electricity. Our life has become much dependent on electricity. So electricity has become a part of our life. Without electricity, we cannot think of our life. So these electrical appliances, devices that we use, they use electricity. They make use of different effects of electric current, such as heating effect, chemical effect, or magnetic effect. So in this chapter, we are going to study about the chemical effect of electric current. That means when electricity is passed through certain liquids, chemical changes takes place. And some of these changes are useful to us. How do we use electricity in liquid? Or how do we pass electricity through a liquid? We put two rods in the liquid, we call them as electrodes, and we apply a voltage across them. In your book, figure number 11.1, you can see the diagram. Two rods are there, we call them as electrodes. One is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, that is called the anode, and another is connected with the negative terminal of the battery, that is called the cathode. So in this circuit, we are seeing two electrodes, and that electrodes are good conductors, or you can just say they are conductors that is in contact with a non-metallic thing like a liquid or a gas. The electrode connected to the positive terminal is called the anode, and the electrode connected to the negative terminal is called the cathode. So this is the definition you may write of anode and cathode. In the next part of this chapter, we are told to perform an activity. What it is told? That let us try to pass a current through different liquids. We will use an electric light emitting diode, an LED we will use to detect the current, because LED will burn, or you can say in this way, it will glow. It will start emitting out light even if a small amount of current can pass. That's why we are not using a bulb, we are using an LED, because an LED needs less current, and bulb requires more current to work, to glow. So when the amount of current will be less, then also this LED will glow and will help us to know whether the electricity is passing or not. This LED has got two terminals, positive and negative. And we can recognize which is the positive one by saying its length, it will be longer. And the one which is shorter, that is the negative one. We will connect this positive terminal of the LED to a 3-volt battery, positive terminal of the 3-volt battery, and we will connect the negative terminal of the battery and the shorter end of the LED, and then we will attach a metal clip or pin. The clips will act as electrodes. You can see in the diagram 11.2 in your book, page number 116. It has been shown to us here how the connections can be made, and then we'll take the liquid to be tested in a small plastic or a glass container. We'll dip the clips. See, one end, what have we done? One end of the LED, the positive one, we are directly connecting with the help of a wire to the positive terminal of the battery. Next, what we are doing, the another end we are connecting with the help of wire to a clip. Another end of what? Another end of LED, that means negative end of the LED. We are connecting with a small wire to a clip. And the another end of the battery, that means the negative end of the battery, we are connecting with the help of a wire to a clip, to another clip, and both of these clips we are putting in a plastic container as shown in the diagram, and we are pouring the liquid which we want to test whether it is conducting electricity or not in that plastic container or glass container up to such a height that the two pins that we have clamped on the plastic or glass container is dipped in the liquid. But they should be placed at a little distance such that they do not touch each other. And if the liquid that we have taken is a good conductor, is a conductor of electricity, then the LED bulb will glow. If the liquid conducts electricity, the LED will glow. Again, we can test in the same manner by taking different liquids, like we will test with tap water, distilled water, vinegar solution, lemon juice, different oil, perfumes, solutions of common salt, washing soda, and many more, whatever liquid we want to check. After performing this activity, we will come to the conclusion that the distilled water does not conduct electricity. Tap water conducts electricity. Salt solution conducts electricity. Acids like vinegar solution and lemon juice and solutions of washing soda, baking soda, they conduct electricity. So now the question is, why are some of these substances able to conduct electricity while the other are not able to conduct electricity? The distilled water could not conduct electricity. Almost all of them were able to conduct electricity. So, in the later part of the chapter, we will study that those liquids, that has got dissolved substances that behave like a carrier of electricity, they conduct electricity. The distilled water is in pure form, no impurities are there, it is unable to conduct electricity. But when we will dissolve some common salt in it, that common salt will break and form ions, and then they will conduct electricity. In the same way, the tap water, it has got some dissolved salts in them. Acids like vinegar and lemon juice or washing powder, baking powder, all of them has got such substances in them that get ionized, that get converted into ions, and those ions, those charged particles, they are able to conduct electricity. So about detail we will study in this chapter.